Hello students, welcome to Vijetha IAS Academy Ethics classes. We are starting in this session unit number 7, last unit of ethics paper. And after this we are going to deal with the case studies, and continuously we are going to see how different theoretical aspects can be applied in the case studies. This is unit number 7, probity in governance. The unit number 7, last one, is probity in governance. The first one, concept of public service. It deals with various issues related to public service and different aspects about within the public service, what are the various issues involved. When it comes to public service, generally public means we have population of 1.4 billion people in the country, serving the people of the country when it comes to Indian public. In general, world public means across the globe, that is when it comes to global governance. When it comes to Indian governance, here we are dealing with the Indian public. Like we need to understand how this public, what is the meaning of public service, what are the various examples of public service, and why public service is important, and also what principles we need to follow in delivering the best public service. Public service management systems provide a sufficient and efficient infrastructure of public goods and services to citizen, invisible, in bracket invisible. There are certain services to the public, sometimes may be invisible, sometimes invisible. For example, law and order is there. Law and order, it's not visible for the public, but without law and order public service, then entire country will enter into chaos. Military service, it's not visible to the common public in day-to-day areas, but army is very, very important in protecting and safeguarding the borders of the country and from the dangers of any kind. Maintaining roads, that is one example of public service. Communications, public safety, sanitation, education, recreational facilities, banking service, currency service. So these are various examples of public service. Without these services, running the country becomes very difficult. List of public services. We have different examples of public services, and they will coincide with the civil service also. There is a difference between civil services and public service. Public service is a bigger one, and one example of public service will include civil services also. Civil servants also do public service, but to do public service you need not to be a civil servant also. You can be other outside civil services also, you can still do public service. Suppose public service, 1.4 billion people. To serve them, you can enter into civil services. It's a career. It's a career. Now you can, from morning to evening, your office timings, you are going to deal with public service. But people who are not part of civil services, they can enter into politics also. That is also a public service. Those who are not part of civil service and politics also, they can start NGO. It is also one kind of public service as an organization. Or as an individual also, people can serve individual in their own capacities. That is also kind of public service. So public service is something, is overall it will include the service to the entire humanity, or in the case of India, service to the public of India. Through civil service also we can serve the public. Through politics also you can serve the public. Through NGOs also you can serve the public. And if not being part of any of these also, as an individual also we can serve the public. But our focus mostly goes to this one because we are preparing for this civil services we are preparing. That's why in this our focus goes like how to best perform within the civil services. Once a person joins as a civil servant, what are different types of services? 1.4 billion people, or you can understand how many requirements will be there for 1.4 billion people. Different requirements are there, and all these requirements are going to be handled by different departments of the civil services. But as population is very huge, resources are very limited, all problems cannot be solved by the civil servants. That's where the other areas also will enter into that. So civil servants will be part of a bigger system where we use the term public service to include larger sections of the people. That's how we need to understand it. Examples of public service, or through the eyes of civil services we have different services: IAS, Indian Police Service, Forest Service, Indian Administration, General Administration is also a kind of service. Protecting the forest is a kind of service to the country or humanity. When it comes to this, India is this one. Now India's resources are distributed among the different regions. This is Bay of Bengal, water, ocean, Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea. We need to protect these, and we have to protect every border also. This is the capital of the country. From there you have to deal with every section of the country. People are distributed. People need food, people need water, people need electricity, basic needs. People needed roads, schools, hospitals. To connect from one part of India to another part of India, from this part to this part, you need transportation. Different tribal people are here. When different tribal people are here, then their requirements will be different. To protect their customs, traditions, you need to take care of their traditions also. Respect them. In the tribal areas, that is, in hilly areas, you have to protect the forests, and you have to take care of the entire ecosystem also, environment. Everything is interconnected. Everything, human beings cannot survive without nature. Nature has to be protected. If we destroy our own forest areas, then entire human civilization will completely collapse and we will enter into desert. If we destroy the forests, we are going to create desert. And once deserts are created, then there is no place for humanity and human civilization. That's how we have to deal with each and everything is a public service. And how to handle this? So many requirements, so many people, so much diversity. It has to be very much well organized. If it is not organized, then running this much big country will be very haphazard. It's not going to give the result. Even after these many years of independence also, because of some limitations of this, we are still not able to become a developed country. Still we are facing poverty, still we are facing underdevelopment, still we are facing lack of hospitals, diseases, life expectancy also around 70 years on an average. Some people are dying at the children stage only, child mortality, infant mortality, maternal mortality. People are dying in the hospitals due to diseases, due to lack of food. That shows we are still yet to create more organized, professionalized civil services, which is essential for the public service. Some example in running this, some examples like police service, forest service, general administrative service, foreign service, revenue service, audit service, everywhere that service is there. When it comes to the general corporate job or private job, mostly people take up their jobs for their livelihood as an employment, so that to run their families, to educate their children and so on, as part of their salaried job. But when it comes to civil services, it's also kind of job but with more responsibilities, because every decision a civil servant is going to take have huge impact. That's where we are calling this not as a job or employment but as a service. Various services, each and every state also will have their own services, like police service, this forest, agricultural, medicinal, veterinary, fisheries, different services are involved. Educational, cooperative, registration, these are all various examples. Now, after knowing the examples, these are also different public sector undertakings. It was also part of the service. This is how, when it comes to public service, civil servants also do public service, politicians also do public service, other government organizations also do public service, civil societies like NGOs, individuals also will do their services. These are various examples, like different people contribute in their own way for the growth of the society. That is part of, suppose education minister will be there, and the bureaucrats who are functioning under them also will work to ensure quality education. An individual as a teacher also contribute for that. NGOs by creating schools also they contribute. Likewise, different ways of doing public service. Here civil servants and public service, how it will different? Civil servants also will do public service, but main difference in comparison with others, it is a professional. It is itself is a profession. It's not ad hoc that individual today if they want to go to and teach to some children in the slum area, they will go and they will teach. And if tomorrow if they don't want to go there, and they need not to go there, that is up to their wish. NGO today they may have one particular work and tomorrow they can change their work, but it is not the case. Suppose if a civil servant is given department to ensure proper education system within the slums, the person who is appointed for this task itself is a work. Itself 24/7 will think about how to ensure good education system in the slum areas. It itself is a profession. It is not ad hoc, it is a profession. And specially appointed people, they are appointed and they will be given salaries also. It is a kind career, lifelong career. Mandatory code of conduct, they are supposed to maintain, responsibilities will be there. If responsibilities are not followed, accountability also there, they will be punished for avoiding the responsibilities also. This is where when it comes to civil services and other areas will come into picture. Important role played by civil servants, formulation of the public policy, implementation of public policies, delegated legislation, these are other aspects of civil services also. Definition. Now, given this, some idea about how different services are there, public service versus a civil servant. After understanding this, let us try to see definition, what United Nations has given a definition for this public service. Here, as per the document of 1996 UN, Public service is defined as the class and task of officials who act as delegates of elected officials. The elected representatives embody the legitimacy to define the public interest, while public service ensures that public interest is served and public trust is maintained. In simple words, public services are defined as those services which are partially or fully funded by the government. So, the services which are partially or fully funded by the government, if government involves in any service, that becomes a public service. So, here when it comes to more organized in terms of government, in terms of civil servant, if we define public service, then if government involves in it, if either partially or fully funded, that becomes public service. This public service can be implemented through civil servants also, through individuals also, by ad hoc mechanism, through NGOs also, and politicians will stay at the top in order to implement these. They formulate the policies also, they create the budgets also, and they will allocate these budgets to the people who are working to realize this goal also. So, this is how the definition of UA. And there is no specified definition as such, this is according to the United Nations. Definition and scope: public service refers to any assistance or service provided by the government to those under its jurisdiction, either directly or through supporting independent organization. So, public service is the service given by the government through civil services, through civil servant, through non-civil servants also it can perform. But here major role comes to the civil servants because they are professionalized, they are recruited and they are trained for it, and it's a career job, and they are going to face accountability and responsibility. They are going to have responsibilities for not being responsible. They also face the accountability issues, and code of conduct also will be applied to them. So, simply based on this, public service is a service which is served from the public, so served by the government. Through government, under it different people will do this service. According to United Nations, the services, according to this, public services are defined as those services which are partially or fully funded by the government. Core principles of this: now when public service is involved, when government of India is involved, whatever service it is going to give to the public, that must be delivered in organized manner, systematic manner. Some of the core principles: commitment to the public good. Health is a good, health is a service, public good. Education is a service, public good. Road construction is a public good, railways construction, airports, then deep pockets of the tribal areas, providing the rations to them, providing health, education facilities to them, law and order to the people who are suffering from the robbery, suffering from the theft, suffering from the communal tensions, law and order should be there. Otherwise, people will kill each other. Law and order has to be maintained so that people will live peacefully. Public service. Commitment to the public good. In everywhere, whatever people are serving the people, public good. Commitment to that. Upholding high ethical standards. Ethical standards, since the beginning of the sessions we are continuously talking, like elements of good values: honesty, integrity, impartiality, and various other foundational values of civil services are also applied when we are delivering the public service. Serving with efficiency, equity and compassion, dedication to justice, equality and respect for all individuals. A judge is there, judge must deliver the service properly. Otherwise, if injustice takes place in the society, then that will lead to chaos in the society. Focusing on long-term benefits for the community. Significance of it: morality, rights and entitlements, essential, equality, equity, social stability, performance evaluation. Generally, the significance of public service is to ensure that each and every section of the people, 1.4 billion people, will get their due. Equity. All people will be treated equally. Constitution of India will not discriminate based on the caste, varna system or religion. All are equal in front of the law. That's called morality. That's called ethical principles. Treating all human beings equal without having any prejudice. Public service is about following those principles, following morality, rights and entitlements, the people's rights, equality rights, fundamental rights like equality, liberty. If people want to move from one place to the other place in India, they must be allowed, rights must be respected. If they want to protest against injustice, they must be allowed if they do not disturb law and order. That is rights. Entitlements, if government decided to give ration, that must be given. If government decided to give scholarship, that must be given on time. So, delivery of the public service on time must be there. Entitlements to the public service must be there. Essential like law and order is very essential. Healthcare is very essential. Water facilities to the public. If people are not given water, quality water, tap water, then they are going to fall ill. Then if there is no hospital, then they will not cure. It is a burden on the country also, burden on the family, and quality of life will not be there. Some essential services like law and order, healthcare must be there to protect, to preserve the life of the people. That is a public service. Equality and equity. Equality from between all the sections of the people. Equity means whatever their due share, they must be given. Social stability, otherwise social chaos will take place, social conflicts will emerge. Social stability must be ensured. Public service will ensure social stability. Performance evaluation. Whatever public service delivered by the civil servants, it has to be evaluated through performance. Every rupee that is spent by the government of India must be evaluated whether it is successful or not. Budget must be evaluated whether it is successful or not. Various departments are there to handle each and every section, like CAG is there, Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Different in India also is different civil. In different states, different mechanisms are there to ensure auditing. In this way, performance must be evaluated in the public service. Otherwise, how many kilometers of road is laid, how many kilometers of railway track is laid, given the budget, every year budgets are coming to a certain particular education department. Now, what is the performance of this education department in a single year? Are they taking where the funds are going? Are they going very effectively or not? Is there any corruption involved there or not? Whether public service is met or not? Public are getting quality service or not? All these matters. Attributes or qualities. These are the qualities or attributes, qualities of public service. We are in the previous sessions also, we are continuously seeing these terms. One is accountability. In corporate governance also, accountability will be there with respect to corporate works. In public service, accountability, integrity, commitment, competence. People must be having skills. Then only they will be able to deliver on time. Suppose when it comes to digital service, earlier there was no computer, there was no internet, there was no other communication systems. Everything paperwork was going on. Everything need to be done manually, and people were going physically and they were communicating with the local level. But now it is not required. It's all requirement is people themselves should show interest. The public service or the civil servants must show the interest in learning these new techniques and new skills. That's required. Competence, knowledge, skills, expertise to efficiently perform their duties and provide high quality services to the public. When entire world is moving to the next level, if we are still depending on the previous tradition and previous technology, then when other countries are growing, we will not grow according to the latest standards. So we have to upgrade our technical skills also. We have to upgrade our managerial skills also. We have to upgrade the trends. We have to upgrade according to the trends of the what people are expecting. Accordingly, government also channel the schemes so that they can give the public service with high competence level. Commitments to the service. objectivity without any impartiality. When public service is, suppose public service used to construct houses and distribute these houses to the people. Impartiality means whoever is eligible for this house, they must be given. Their civil servant or the people who are delivering the public service must not discriminate the people whether they belong to a particular caste or party or any other consideration. Objectivity. So that is with respect to that, when giving gas cylinders to people, again impartiality should be there. Wherever, when you are allocating the schemes, when you are allocating the scholarships, you must give to the eligible people, not to those people who are influencing the government or party or any caste or religion. Responsiveness, people must respond. If people do not get the service on time, people will ask. Government must respond. If there is no such responsiveness, then people will lose the trust on the government. Once people lose the trust, then the government cannot function effectively, and always government will face the hindrance, and overall the country's goals like development, removal of the poverty, creating a high quality standard in hospitals, creating high quality professionals in terms of education, they will not emerge. That will not happen. Overall country will not grow. We may have different goals, but those goals cannot be met if we do not follow these principles. Professionalism. So these are different attributes or the qualities. Professionalism, adhere to the professional standards and code of conduct, systematically doing it and systematically organizing the works. Collaboration, collaborate with different departments also, collaborate with employees, stakeholders and public to achieve common goals and objective. Suppose if a road has to be built, initially stakeholder consultation should be there. What is the mechanism? How much funds are required? How much funds are available? What is the availability of the size of the road? And what time period is the best suitable time to lay the road? To which areas it has to go? If funds are limited, which is the most priority one? Which is the first important area which should get the road? All these things can be found only when stakeholders are met, collaboration takes place among all the stakeholders. Innovation, embrace innovation and new ideas to improve the delivery of public service to solve complex problems. FIR, for example, even FIR or filing a case in judgment, in judiciary. Now technology is improving, innovative ideas will give easy simplified methods for the public so that they can easily come and get the problem resolved. Grievance redressal will be there if innovation was there. So these are various aspects with respect to public service. So different services, we have seen different services also, and to deliver these services, qualities of public service like transparency, then professionalism, commitment, innovation, collaboration, all these are various issues that are need to be seen with respect to public service. So in next session, we are going to see the next topic which will come after that. This is part of the beginning. With this session, we have started unit number 7, probity in governance, the concept of public service. So this was the topic which we have discussed in this session. In next session, we will see philosophical basis of governance, how different philosophers have viewed how government should be, how governance should be in the country. So that topic we will see in the next coming session. Thank you. Meet you.